map into this series between Leviatán and Crew, to be forgiven for thinking this doesn't have any stakes because of how jovial and relaxed, especially the blue side of the stage, has been. But no, there is elimination on the line here from Kickoff. We are in the lower bracket. Crew Visa need to step up on their map of Split to stay alive in the series and tournament.
This is a map that Crew have not played, but are picking directly into Lev because they've played it twice and lost it twice. Now, similarly to what we've seen with their agent swaps on Bind, they're doing it again here on Split. It's the Neons here. Just to add water, throw him on the Duelist, and we move Spike over to playing Viper, where Spike is just going to be playing a ton of Viper in the meta right now this year. So, nice and easy for them, and Crew are going with a comp that we saw MIBR play. I feel like a lot of teams in EU have been running the Raze plus Yoru on Split at the moment, so a familiar look from both sides for sure.
I think that Neon's looked incredible in this series, but Blows has really impressed me. Very good composure, playing some fantastic site anchor on B of Vine. It's looking very snappy as well with some of these sheriff-style rounds. Crew Visa, yes, it's a compromising situation. They've found themselves here in Kickoff, but they're in control of their own destiny. That's more than many could say. In times like this, it's time to step up, step out.
Crew will be starting on that attack side. See if they can get their bearings as far as the team play. I think especially on attack, upping the pace, being more decisive. We didn't see enough of that from them on Bind. There were rounds where they were making the right decisions, getting to the right sites, but they just weren't actually playing with that explosivity they needed to be. It's all on the line for them right now, and I want to see them just lock in as far as, playing with no fear in those moments, like just making the decision and going for it.
The Prowler does not see Neon. It runs into Sato, who quickly just refracts away.
King does see that a gate crash has passed him by already with the paranoia to delay. A little nade for default as well, but Crew will be kept at bay for now. They do drag a ton of rotates, and look at this.
Look at the inserts! They're not ready! Governor, some fancy footwork to get him out. Shoots the clone straight away, able to turn it. Doesn't see damage done as far as Neon's concerned. He's happy to back up.
At the same time, Nags had worked his way all the way through A, so Crew wanted to get over towards this side of the map, but Nags is spotted now. Yeah, spotted, but it's dragging the rotates from left towards A because surely Crew are just going to go to A to meet up with Nags, right? But no, they're outside B, and it looks like they're not being super decisive. But it's okay. But it's okay. They're going into the B site. It took a second.
Yeah. Can King slow this in? No, he can't. He's out of util. Cannot be slowing this down at all now. Sato, no saturate
30 seconds
for the
left.
waylay.
It's all right, guys. They're not there.
They got
You're safe. You're safe.
You never know.
Plant that spike. Basically, zero util for Lev. They have a pawn. That's it. Oh, I like this. They want to fight for a pick.
Yeah, I like this. Sato playing off the King. At least go 1-for-1 here. Or not. Nicely done by Crew. That is very well put together. But it is Neon. He's on for 3. And it's Benji solo at least. Spike's already planted, but there it is. Speaking of which, its namesake whips around a corner for his finisher.
Yeah, what can you do against Neon, though? I mean, I like that maneuver from Crew. They were able to get back into the open site, and then being a man down, they push for something active to find kills, get the advantage. That's all great, but Neon is just a phenom player.
This is just a... It's just a bunch of zoom-ins, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
That's what I'm saying.
So, owner's got the button-up shirt. Looks like, would you say, youth soccer team?
That's what the Lev. It looks like they have soccer kits on.
What's going on?
The youth, yeah. I'm just out there with the youth league team.
The kids are all right, I guess. Okay. Despite me feeling like I'm aging more and more rapidly with every second of this game I see. Leviatán, keeping it fresh. Neon's going to be able to get out with the gate crash. Now some degree of heaven control will be contested.
Personally, I did like your comparison with the little Minecraft zombies running around. It does feel like that.
Oh my god, it's just a bunch of ankle biters that have been given AKs.
Maybe like the kids and weapons just running around.
There's a bunch of Chucky dolls, bro. Yeah.
There's plenty of comparisons we can make, but this Lev team are scary, man. They are scary. And last two players from Crew, seeing if they can take on Spike, and
nice.
The jump shot, sure.
Slip through, simply into another layer of the trap Leviatán had set up. Pistol rounds, few and far between for Crew in this game. LEVIATÁN here, confident. This definitely feels like another day at the office.
Except it's not been another day at the office.
Considering
the first day at the office.
Considering for these guys, it could be a labour law violation. no way I'm sending them to a cubicle.
All right, Crew on the full buy. Money isn't there yet to get the operator, but when you're playing against Lev and Neon, you have to be aware the second that is going to be used. They definitely know that there's an outlaw on the other side, though, and that's why they've got a lot of full armors to make sure they don't get one shot.
Prowler doesn't see anyone close up mid, so Crew starting to feel a bit more confident, but I wonder how much longer that'll be the case for. Spike playing around this poison orb inside the nebula, happy to step up and somehow misses those shots going past him. He's not within optimal range quite yet, though. But he is able to transition over to ropes and get a snake bite down to stop any further progress. Now King's pushed up with a judge.
Will be cleared by the Prowler, though. They should be able to deal with King if they just use enough util. Yeah, he's got to get out of there.
They're getting so much early util out of Crew.
In the meantime, Nags has just been kind of containing.
Is Onuru coaching both teams?
Crew are taking this quite slow. They want to get back to Nags, hoping that using that util, taking B main would have drawn some attention, but Lev have really had no desire to make any significant movements around the map. They do have the Gate Crashed all the way over a B, so it's not like Neon needs to do anything. You can just stay posted up. Not able to connect that shot, does have to retreat, so this is going to be blows over on A.
Well, don't think they're going far for the time being, are they? So, C's wears off. The util for blows has been too good, man. Like, absolutely spot on. It is a site take for Crew. They are in there without losing any health.
But they're very in the site. They have no control of the map elsewhere, which is going to make this really dangerous. Now, that being said, Lev, they do need to close the distance with the shotguns. They have the Bucky and that Judge.
It's these 3 players off of A main. I think that's going to be the problematic part. Saturate catches. Daxon only needed 1 shot. Apparently, that's the Guardian for you. Gov. Trying to keep it clean here with some of the shorter peaks, but will be one out by blows. Time now starting to become an issue. Spike, though, is going to get involved with his outlaw, but Infiltrator emerges from the corner. Ghost? Not to be. Infiltrator finally, in a meaningful way, gets onto the kill feed.
That is super dangerous for Crew, just having no map control. They're going to get swarmed by Lev. But the better guns do end up winning that out. Man, Nags hindered, by the way. I mean, yeah, lucky to get that shot. I mean, obviously, Crosshair was well placed, but one chance when you're hindered like that with a Guardian, just one shot you can get off, so.
Good job.
And Governor early in that first map. Definitely talking up the composure the Crew would have needed to have, especially against a team that's going to play so flagrantly in your face, so aggressively.
I mean, the problem is, though, Crew losing all of those guns they can't actually buy on this round, so it will be in the hands of Infiltrator to do something of significance with that 1 rifle. Neon with the Outlaw again, knowing that Crew's economy is in a terrible spot, so you can just go for 1-shot kills with that.
Very well apportioned in this round. Early Prowler take. Sartre backs up. So once more, so those first few layers of util being drawn out of Crew already and straight into the grinder. Neon waits on Governor. This is going to be a flood though on this A side, and some pressure will be on the Yoru here. The rest of the side's smoked out, so Neon has to do much of this himself, and MTA eventually is going to be able to take him to task with the Classic.
Spike will go down. Nags has that rifle almost still line up.
MTA gets that Outlaw to hand now. Paranoia will actually catch on to Benji, though.
Spike 1-shottable, only 125 HP.
Shows himself, blows actually going down to Benji! What is this off the Sheriff? Spike steps up and gets rid of him, but he's got to be careful. 125 against the Outlaw. It's a dangerous game to play. But MTA's down to half. He's trying to get on out. Spike wants to take the challenge, but is dinked as he rounds the corner. Still has a couple of seconds. The regen shields might be worth their weight in gold here, but MTA will bring him down.
What a play from Benji. Just wins the 1v2, close range with the Sheriff. It's nice from him. A little quiet today, but has definitely been able to make a name for himself over the last couple games that Crew have played. That was great for a shot. And just that super wide swing threw off the aim completely.
Just the staggered steps between those last 3 shots of the Sheriff. Hard to hit.
That was well played. And now Crew have sent Lev onto the eco. All right, they're right back in the game, honestly. Right back in the game. Though I imagine Lev are a pretty dangerous team on eco rounds when they have Sheriffs. I would take a guess. Kind of scary. All right, well, Spike is getting adventurous and goes down straight away. Neon has committed a dimensional drift to run all the way through sewer on this round with the Bucky. No opportunity to get a kill. Will owner be pleased with how this round is playing out early?
Toxins going up.
Yeah, with half armor just like dry swinging mid into this round from Crew is interesting. Anyway, we take some B garage control.
Yeah, only King to deal with on the site.
We counter quasi one way.
He's got the bandit, but he's got no friends, no help, no armor, no paranoia. So he will be in trouble.
Dink down instantly. Infiltrator took him to task with nothing but a classic. And the showstopper will be simply a deterrent. So you've got Sheriff, Bucky, and Sato with nothing but 2 legs and a pulse.
Looks like Lev are just ready to kill someone that goes into spawn. They have a nice little setup going. But I don't think that is going to happen. Feels like Lev may be getting a little bit overconfident in this round to some extent. I mean, the play with the dimensional drift early was kind of nuts to just send that on
it's like,
basically a pure eco with the Bucky to try to get a kill.
I have to imagine he was maybe hoping to catch a rotate or players like coming to A via sewer. Yeah, I think he ended up clearing a piece of YouTube, shooting at something there.
All right, well, tiniest bit of damage into the next buy round. Few ultimates for Crew. They've got a chance to keep this momentum going. Yeah, Infiltrator gets this kill, and then they're just slow, easy cleanup.
W gun, bro. W gun.
W gun, indeed. Infiltrator up to 6 and 3.
That's the
pretty
exact
reserved
reaction I expected. Yeah, it was more reserved.
Again, I think the shenanigans occurred much earlier in the round than the last moments. Okay, so a bit more of a slower start for LEVIATÁN, but they're still testing the limits, I think, in a lot of these rounds. Crew, though, feels like they have a bit more of a structure, though, that allows them to, you know, have a functional game plan if things go a little bit wonky early.
There is an instant pit in mid from Spike, but it definitely could be dealt with if Crew want to be bold and go through it with a dimensional drift or with more of the util from the fade.
Nightfall it, even. Yeah, I would never do that off the side.
Yeah, they're going to clear it out right now. Dimensional drift goes through the pit, going to get the info on B. Cosmic Divide to cut it off, try and get a safe plant.
Wow, a lot thrown at this side yet. Nightfall at the back of B, and here's King, though, ready to fight for it. Oh, it's 2! Governor tries to step out. There'll be a third there, but Spike steps in. An Infiltrator, the back of the B side, has already seen much of this house of cards come down. Spike, well, you can see where it is, corner of the minimap. Back over towards B garage. The Infiltrator has to flash, dash his way through, and Spike will put an end to it.
Nicely played from King, just finding that little pocket between the cloud, the one little safe space of a map available to him to catch off those players in main. The fact that he gets the second and that isn't a trade is...
Yeah, he's hit with that Nightfall.
Crazy, yeah. Adjust the crosshair back, will sidestep into the crouch.
It does feel like it was, what, just the Raze deep in the side. The Raze comp, by the way, something we're seeing a little bit out of Europe at the moment.
Yeah, and we saw, yeah, like Osboss was playing the Raze with the second on the Yoru.
Definitely not as, like,
I feel like I've seen it in
it's
Europe
not as in vogue as it was, obviously, maybe last year, early last year, prior to that, but finding a way in still.
I fast and Crew to get up towards ramp. Get their duelists inserted. Well, their ults expended that last round, but if Nags maybe gets the plant, gets an orb down, they could have a pit for a post plant. That could be big.
I mean, I don't want to downplay it, but that was Dimensional Drift and Nightfall and Cosmic Divide used in that one round, and they still lost it.
Yeah. Just all because of King. Stood in that corner. Now some pressure is going to come into mid onto Neon. Can he get a kill out of here? Yes, he can.
I guess they shoot no one's there. I get it. The Infiltrator hinted out. He's going to have to pull out himself.
Yeah, forced away, and a lot of Crew's intentions on this round were to have Infiltrator in a great position to be a playmaker, but now he's just been completely nullified.
There's no map control. There's a fair bit of stall util that can still come from LEVIATÁN here. Crew want to fight out of ropes.
It looks like they still want to work into this A split with Infiltrator on that A
What
side.
split though? They got no ramp presence yet.
Yeah, it's really just going to require Infiltrator to either get a sick opening or for the pack to draw enough attention for him to make a play like he's doing right now, working up, should be able to get a free kill.
Nice. Infiltrator. Oh, that would have been perfect, but he's cut down by Spike. Very quick response from the young gun. It is Benji up and over the top. Spike being caught in that seas, he's still able to find a crucial frag. But we got 13 seconds left in the round, and I think King knows exactly what's coming his way.
He has had no reason to leave that B site. The other 3 players were able to leave. There's just no time for this to happen. Crew have to just hold on to the weapons and go into the next round. Have sadly had a few rounds go in this direction back on buy 2 on attack where they're just put in an unwinnable position and forced to go for a multiplayer save like that.
Yep. Let's see how this plays. So first kill's in mid. This is Neon getting spammed through the boxes, and they don't fully commit to checking that corner. Sato gets out here and is covered beautifully by Spike.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really the fact that Sato gets out there is unfortunately the moment of the round that it's lost for Crew. And Infiltrator has been very good. That was a rare missed opportunity from him just in kickoff generally, honestly.
Yeah. Sato's been very good at also getting out of danger very quickly with that waylay mobility. We saw it on Bind plenty as well.
Neon has now decided to pick up the op, posted up towards A, and Lev can play with a multi-man setup towards mid now. Spike absorbing that pressure, and Sato is just able to fight right out of it with his fract. Get back out to safety, but okay, Spike on the repick does get punished by Governor. And it's just patience from Nagzet. Doesn't want to overstep, and certainly not in a round where when you know obviously the money is out of control for Lev, they can easily buy an op, so you can't just give them any free openings by walking into sightlines.
Neon just got to blue gate pressure. It's a pretty big difference maker. Can't get away in time though, Governor. We'll already deal with him.
Yeah, Neon's a little greedy there. He really wants to get a kill before the Prowler actually connects onto him and completely obscures his vision, and he's punished for it. Governor's getting some good plays off in this round. Conversion Path's going to hit onto Nags, but not the other 2 players.
This is for Blows' benefit, I think, more than Sato's. Yeah. He's going to try and get into elbow quickly. 5 spinner now. Infiltrator is spotted out.
A lot of damage onto Blows.
Yeah, man, still spotted out through those smokes. That's brutal. Now Nagzet alone. Blows might be low, yes, but King and Sato are still fighting fit. And that paranoia will affect Nagzet. Not that it matters inside that pit.
Yeah, trying to work himself into a cheeky position, but yeah, unfortunately, there's just so many Lev players. Someone's going to run into him. Someone's going to see him at some point there.
It's the loss of, I think, was it Governor there as well, who died just by screen. That little gap in the smoke.
Yeah, it was a good ult from Sato, like I said, to just set up Blows coming out of the main to catch someone who's potentially wide open in the site.
This one.
Oh, there.
Infiltrator it was, yeah. Hate to see it.
Thinking he would have had a moment to step into the pit, but One Way was still offering just enough vision. And now, necessary timeout here for Crew. Money in a bad spot. Still nowhere close to any ultimates because they lost that last round with all of them as well. 2 rounds ago, rather, for that B-exec with a multi-ult hit.
It does feel like you're watching Crew trying to force things up mid quite extensively, right? And they're being interrupted. It's like Sato through smoke is spraying, or he's sitting there with a shorty playing close inside that poison orb top mid. And at best, Crew may be finding one of those mid players. I think they got Spike inside rope room or something like that. But then how that they push off that springboard into the next phase of the game plan seems to be struggling. And Infiltrator has been pretty safe trying to work ramp, maybe. You know, we saw that 1 round where he almost catches Sato. He's a little bit late on that pinch, but has a real big opening. This feels like, yeah, when things go slightly wrong for Crew early in the round, the response, the pivot is a little slow.
And the thing is, too, that's on a couple of them that's frustrating watching is that they're actually making the right read and heading towards the right side. They're doing the right thing, but they're just doing it too slowly. Like, there's a level of hesitation there, but they're making the right call. It's just needs more willingness to just push it into overdrive.
You got to commit to the bit. Yeah. So let's see it again here from Crew. Once again, it's a pretty standard emphasis toward mid. I like that. Poison orb lineup, nice and deep.
Prowler just to make sure that no one was hiding the back box. And okay, MTA fast into the smoke. Nice kill on the King.
It's also, yeah, a lot of the stall util now. King, obviously off the table.
And they know where that op is at.
Also, the Prowler's been an issue for Neon.
Okay, and Infiltrator catches Spike. Oh my god.
Spike
That
down,
is
B.
insane. I mean, Governor just obviously jump peeking so the second player lower could get the kill, but Neon is just way too fast.
Now, without Prowler, with Governor down, your ability to force Neon off the line is kind of limited. You have the flash from Infiltrator, but it's uncomfortable playing a contact game against that entrenched Yoru would be. So they heading off to the A side, and they should be sniffed out here by LEVIATÁN. It's going to be a hot minute, though, before they can actually mount a response.
And just given the lay of the map right now, Crew should be able to set up a pretty good post plan.
Yeah, how much control of the map can they get off the site is my question. This is an important fight to win, and Benji never stood a chance. Sato channeling his inner Arsena, wins that out convincingly.
What is the move here? They're kind of all routed into elbow at the moment. Infiltrator still has one flash to play with. MTA spots the gun barrel. And Danger feels like he needs to retreat, doesn't know what's happening.
I don't hate the screen's presence.
Towards main. He didn't want to expose himself too much.
They've pinged Infiltrator spot. There might be a double swing off this. Oh, he's just not looking for it. Timing, maybe. Either way, the intuition's a bit off there for Infiltrator. Here comes the play down elbow. Nags are going to go and spray away, of course, with this Guardian. MTA able to split that double face up, but he's ready. Oh, my goodness. Fighting out of a corner. Crew keep it to within 1 round.
Crazy they were able to get away with that win, honestly. They were really struggling to take any map control. It was awkward in screens when Infiltrator was just not really entirely sure where to look. They didn't have info on everything that was happening. They got good picks early in the round, but felt like it wouldn't have been enough. Nice little play from Nags, though.
They had both mid players dead to right.
Nice, Nags! Oh my god, you're insane.
Sick little 2K.
And good call, bounce off towards that A side after, you know, having not a lot of information outside of the fact that there was a Yoru whopping at B. That was enough to convince them not to go there.
Bear in mind, Lev, they won the pistol round, so post-pistol, Crew have won the majority of the rounds. They're winning the gun rounds. Oh my god, Spike is lit up. Decayed down as well, in some serious danger.
Just unaware, I guess, that the Boombot's got behind him. Okay. Another dry peek onto a contact line that Neon was holding.
Neon is just always in a different spot, taking a different line. Little adjustments to the height, stood up there. He's just such a nuisance to deal with. I saw that the entire time on Bind. He was just never opting from the same position, and then it's just so quick to teleport to pick up somewhere else.
Good patience.
Another chance. These Lev players are weak.
So, adjustment of the crosshairs, pretty good. 2 is enough, you feel? Neon is already where he needs to be, exactly where he needs to be, and there's King. He could have pushed off that mailroom angle and took a fight there through the smokes. He doesn't. Patience pays off for the IGL.
Neon's Yoru teleport positioning and the lines that he's picking to reset up on for both maps are really top tier. Because util usage is pretty impressive in that regard. Just having a guy like that on your team, knowing when you're playing against Lev and they're on defense that there will or could be an off pointed in the direction you're heading at any given moment, with a guy that's basically never missing is just a massive threat the entire time.
Yeah, a player that's everywhere on the map and never misses.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just like this, just extremely obnoxious layer of difficulty then you also have to work through on top of everything else.
The next gen, folks, watch out. Valorant's about to change. So actually some early A presence here. The Crew, given their weaponry, were hoping just to punish a push off of that part of the map, which we saw a lot on Bind from Lev, in fairness. They did try and capitalize there on extremities early by pushing up, but not so much this round. They know it's a little risky, and they know the buy is awkward for Crew.
Yeah, Crew just trying to reach
Showstopper,
A, but they're going to walk into Sato, who can take that first shot, get away. And then after, you have Blow's top ramp ready to peek, but he's now smoked off, so Sato's a bit isolated. Again, these seizes from so good.
The decay was good, but who's going to be there to follow it up? Because Blows is already heading back. Maybe a call came to try and pull off that ramp area, but Sato was left stranded.
And now with that kill, with a showstopper available as well. Oh my god. Well, not as available as it was when I started that sentence.
Definitely less available now. It's clinging to his cold, lifeless grip, but...
The crew, they sent it on both the ults after that initial kill to win this round. Can't really blame them for that, right? Even though it's an eco. Neon getting the information, calls out the paranoia.
That's paranoia, but Neon appears within his effective range.
It's that new close range on the paranoia coming into play.
Spike down though, it's Governor and Benji. Considering how they started this round, this isn't too shabby, it's on Gov. And here's Decay down. All one, either way, it's a strong win. Would have blown him over, and King has the shorty to get the job done. That's 7-4 here for Leviatán. Crew fighting well. Hard-fought rounds for Crew in this half. Make no mistake.
Sadly for Crew, 2 of their actual round losses post-pistol have been the rounds where they used 3 ults again here. And you can't blame them for any of the ult usages, right? Sato is caught early, so they get that kill, retrieve another gun. All right, send it. Dimensional drift, get the showstopper off, but you can't predict that Blow's just going to one-tap you while you're satcheled up with a showstopper, and the Governor uses the Nightfall in the 1v1. It's all fine. Nothing, you know, there's no bad decision there, but Lev just still come out on top, hitting some crazy shots.
King reaching into his pouch for the next handful of catnip to throw for his Zoomers to chase. This is last round of the first half. Nova Pulse there, very early from Benji, just in case it's a faster hit.
That ramp just getting re-smoked by King, so Sato can keep watch. Benji trying to ensure that there's no B main push, no one walking down mid.
This is very slow for Crew.
Yeah,
obviously Cosmic Divide gets them into A without having to worry too much about you know, Heaven or Screens potentially.
Yeah, they're trying to bait, you know, something out or get Lev to rotate. Maybe someone walks into them trying to get info. Neon, I mean, almost did, but now they're going to activate.
Okay, the re-smoke towards Heaven again. Oh, that's pretty illuminating info. I think, yeah, Crew going to bounce back now over towards A. 38 seconds left. They've got to go for it here. Hard contact on the side. Flows with big damage on MTA as he crosses over, but not enough to find a kill. Nice little short pick there from MTA. Baits out the op shot. Neon might be alive, but he's in a bit of an awkward spot.
Barely alive, and Cosmic Divide still not even used for Benji, who is, by the way, in market over towards B. Bro is miles away, but he does send in the wall. MTA is lights out this round.
Everyone watching that wall. It's going to be on King, and this will be the start of a pretty insane ace. Cosmic Divide is obviously really going to slow up his plans of world domination.
Benji on the world's longest lurk, ready to activate.
Oh, that's snappy stuff. There's more where that came from. Naxet there, back behind screen on the side. Below, it's Gov. Spotted out. That's going to be Naxet getting the job done. All right, Crew get up to a respectable 5 rounds on this attack side. And honestly, we're able to walk up inside that A side essentially for free.
Yeah, that was not bad from them at all.
Where are you?
Pretty decent half. Governor had some good moments. That haunt was huge, but MTA here really steps up. Yeah, there was that little jiggle peek you called out for the re-swing to get the first, or the second kill rather, but that first kill in elbow.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Super heads up from
Good half. Good
5 rounds. But they were pretty slow. They were pretty ponderous at times. Whereas Leviatán, we saw that real pace from them on Bind. And I'm looking out to see if we still see that same level of velocity from them.
I want to see Neon activate here and what they have in store for us with Sato on these executes. Crew played out a pretty good attack half, though. And they definitely still have the energy. And they were really hyped up winning some of those rounds. And now led to just 1-3-1, working into mid a little bit, and now it looks like they want to rework B main, where Infiltrator's gotten super aggressive, still has a little bit of time left on that gate crash.
Crew are clearing A main here, quite aggressively. Spikes might actually get what he came for. No, they're going to be preempting this. Ah, goal! 2 for 1! Oh man, Crew just ran straight into the trap, and there was a gate crash back there for Neon, so a potential inclination to ping over towards that A side of the map anyway.
And now just slow from Lev, making a decision on where they want to end on this round. Infiltrator still posted up on B. Crew will definitely demand some heroics for him in this moment. No util to work with. Doesn't have a gate crash. He's just got to hit shots. That's it.
It's a bit of an off angle, I will say, so it gives Infiltrator an opening, sure. Spike with his third of the round, though.
30 seconds
Heaven
left.
And Fence spawn smoked. We're going to walk up. Kind of a very standard 4 players up in the post line.
Yeah, nearly 2 kills. Sato pretty weak, but Nags on the long rotate. Feels like this one is almost all but wrapped up. Unless Benji could catch a timing, maybe on this rope player.
You won't check for this, no way. He's going to drop down straight on top. And he's going to find out the hard way.
Sorry.
Neon was waiting for him.
Yep, Crew just punished for the proactivity over towards A main, and Spike is going to get some easy kills there, especially when you see him on the cam. He's about 2 inches away from his monitor. You're never missing a shot that close up while you're also 2 inches away from your crosshairs.
Yeah, exactly. The double headshot, though, is pretty crispy.
Hey!
That's a pretty grim sign, though, for Crew, who really wanted to get off to the races early here, and it's simply them being a little starved for info on the A side of the map, pushing up. Spike got to feast on him.
5 classics. Crew want to do something adventurous. Time to go down mid, but they're going to walk into a double face.
Okay. Like that.
Wow, and they win it out.
Hey. The Klicko's got some legs, bro.
Players are pretty weak running back, and they don't actually have an opportunity to get any of the guns, though. That is a major issue.
King was poised to punish.
Is Neon going to get caught?
No, a bell. Okay. Oh, a lot of these 2-for-1s we've seen. Okay, so numbers are even, and an Outlaw finally over to Crew. They spent 3 players on this endeavor, though, and MTA is definitely pretty susceptible to kind of any of the weapons remaining in the Lev arsenal. Lev don't really know where they want to end up, though.
And Crew don't know where to look. These last 2 players could be basically anywhere on the map.
Pretty hard to play hide and seek if one side doesn't know where to go and the other side doesn't know where to look.
MTA's holding the spawn flank angle there for a moment. That smoke going
30
down.
seconds left.
Will they get one of them, surely?
Yeah, convincing Crew.
It has worked.
There's some B activity going on. That is
devious.
not the case.
That is devious. And King also is going to have both his smokes up here in the post plant.
Yep, just leaving
Spike
Spike up in heaven for the easy win in this post plant. It would definitely require Crew to do something more crazy because this setup is so difficult to beat.
It's going to be an average bonus round, though, for Leviatán in terms of what they're probably going to be able to bring in.
The King is one-shottable by the Outlaw, but Spike has the full armor as well, so...
They're super relevant.
1 enemy remaining.
And that was MTA, already down to about 50
1
odd.
enemy remaining.
Okay, Benji. I will permit myself to believe. 35 points. Oh, dear. Well, you hate to see it. You hate to see it.
No longer believing, but, you know, at least he got the 1 kill. And they got a lot of damage done. They did do a lot of damage.
Yeah,
so.
only a Guardian taken out of the round, I think, by Spike.
Yep, that is it. So, hey, they'll take that.
Don't mind this.
Crazy that they came up the winners of that fight in mid.
Yeah, I think if they'd over-pushed, obviously, in the King's position, they might have been in trouble, but they didn't go for the guns, tempting as they were. So it's 9-5 now, with Crew getting the buy up fully. And Leviatán, as you would kind of expect, have a bit of a patchwork assortment of weaponry. So where do they find best use of them?
Prowler over on A cleared out main, but Nags has been very passive over there, so it didn't even...
Yeah, I mean, Spike has been sitting in the back corner, so I don't know what that is supposed to tell you.
Yeah, they're just lobbing util over there. A Haunt came over as well, but I think Nags dodged it, and now... Or sorry, I meant Spike, sorry, playing. Yeah, playing fast. Sorry, I mixed them up in my brain. But yeah, it was Governor then on the move.
Okay, Neon's got himself in a rope, though. He's going for it. saturate deployed there, but Sato doesn't want to linger. Drew the paint shells out at least. But the extremities are still very slow. The Spike's starting to get active now. King, though, not so much.
Toxin screen down.
Okay. You know, this is, oh, what? Oh, the timing.
Oh,
Okay, dude, really ships in the night. Okay.
But he doesn't go. That's crazy.
Portal closed.
All right. Well, Heaven now is where it's at. Prowler doesn't see anything as far as I can tell. Neon
30
through
seconds
smoke
left.
trying to spray down. Spotting MTA. Okay.
Getting a little bit bold with the peak with the jump up there.
Surely this time we'll see each other, right?
Going up.
Well, Magzep gives it one of the easier kills of his competitive career. Blows has a skirt around the edge of that grav well. There's only 10 seconds left for a plant.
10 seconds left.
Trying to do some damage on the way out. Is the plan for Blows?
One enemy remaining.
And Magzep will meet
Spike
him
down
in the
A.
middle. Leviatán going to concede around here to Crew.
Toxin screen down.
Again, it's a bit of a weird bonus anyway, but they keep the Vandal they came into the round with. And now they'll be up to full strength.
Yeah, clean though from Crew. Nice, easy round. Aggression over in Heaven was pretty mental. Not really any actual like util coming through the smoke. They just send it on the jump up.
Toxin spike down A.
All right, let's get our bearings here now. So we're heading to round number 16.
Round 16, not one ult to speak of.
Yeah, still none. Honestly, these
Infiltrator's close, but that's really it.
very distributed kills across both sides. One variation is that you'll see Neon a little bit further forward here on A. So that's just another layer on top of, you know, Spike already being pretty passive on this side of the map.
And that Prowler was broken by the player in main, so Neon's position would go a bit more unnoticed. Gate Crash is going to expire soon. So how much does he want to commit to
Portal
this?
closed.
Governor jump peaks and season,
Time
so
to jump.
actually he has to renew the Gate Crash.
Smoke now going on mid, Prowler into vent. Lever trying to work ramp, work that mid section as well, but MTX gets a free kill on Sato. Neon, I mean,
We're walking.
fellas, we're
walking.
We're really just walking into him right now.
Yep.
King says, my turn to walk into the B main.
Crossing a road in New York City.
Okay, but sure, but this time they killed them doing the same thing. Well, I mean,
Okay,
God,
now we're over on the B side. Forget about it.
Sure, I guess.
If just walking doesn't work out, have you tried just walking?
30 seconds left.
Plant here now for Blows. Governor trying to get ahead of this.
Oh my God.
Beautiful little
He can just
two-piece
stick
here.
it. I mean, he wins.
He's too far away. There's no way that Spike is going to get here on time.
I'd win.
Governor gets it done. What a bizarre round.
I don't know what to make of that one. All right, replay operators, just give me the replay so I can talk over it. What? Yeah, this was just Sato went in just hard clearing the top corner. Neon was
Satisfying.
I don't know what bro was doing, and then
I'm looking for like the
re-walked into
util.
B heaven. King just walked out B
One
main.
enemy remaining.
Governor just
Walks out.
They really real walk round.
All right, well, we've thrown that one in there. Now perhaps,
Some honest Valorant.
yeah, it was very gunplay focused kind of round, you would say. I'm sure the devs are happy to see it.
Face your fear.
All right, let's be off to the races here at B. Benji is going to get caught inside their Nightfall.
Straight up hit, has to fully retreat, but they do have that dimensional drift for the eventual retake. At the moment, no one from Lev is even in a flank position. Maybe a late reflank from King. Looks like he wants to activate that. But intentions are to get in right now. That sees with the nade is perfect.
Blow's not able to get away. Great combo. Now the dimensional drift is in. Pit's still up for now, but Lever down to 3.
They're down to 3. King needs to be fast on this flank as well.
Beautiful from Infiltrator. That's going to bring the Pit down, and King is going to be late to the party. We can
He's with a
stick it.
stinger at that range. That's not the ideal flanking weapon getting into heaven.
It's got to be Lev time, out time.
Now that was a good round from Crew. I liked what I saw there. That was the decisiveness, the hitting the go button that I want to see from them.
Yeah, it is time, out time.
Benji gets out, and then they just flood right back in. No easing up of the pressure. Pit is going down as the spike is going in. They get this Seize Nade combo. Dimensional Drift is already in there, spotting players. Nags gets that kill onto Neon. They're multiplayer faced in main. Like that That's what I want to see from Crew. There's
Much
the
better.
pace, there's the decisiveness, the aggression.
But honestly, it's been few and far between in this map and in the series in general. But it's not too late. Definitely,
No,
of course.
that's got to feel good.
Yeah.
Like to also play out around like that, and you're like, wait a second, we could just send it. We're kind of like that, right, guys?
I do feel like though for
Let's do
LEVIATÁN, the
it.
last couple of rounds have been a little sloppy in terms of, I guess, how they're looking to set up. Maybe even lacking some inspiration. I don't like they nightfall onto the B side, right? They get Sato deep. He throws the saturate, forces MTA off. Great. Vipers pick the post plant. Great. They do have to deal with the dimensional drift though. Infiltrator able to find a kill as he comes out of that. Take Spike out, pit down. That's a problem. So
Yeah,
Crew do have the answers on board to answer that kind of round.
They just didn't really have anything set up after the pit. There was no play outside of really just like, we're gonna hide in the pit. Neon was in main, and then King went for the super late decision to wrap into heaven and flanking. But he also had a stinger, so it's gonna be difficult for him to help win out a round from that position with the stinger anyway. That guy should be in the pit with the stinger, and he should have someone earlier in the round with a rifle flanking heaven. It was just, yeah, a weird situation, but anyhow, Lev gathered up entirely on the A side of the map right now. All 5 players. A couple stingers in this round. Bucky for the Waylay, who is in right now.
Oh, not good for Infiltrator at all. King with the stinger. Straight through the poison orb, and now an opportunity to collect themselves, and they're all going to sit under rafter. Resmoke the screens. Basically funnel Crew through this one entry.
MTA does have the showstopper. Maybe a free kill if he sends it towards hell.
I mean, the weapons aren't good for Lev to stop him in mid-flight, that's for sure. Okay.
That could have been a free one, but a straight whiff from Sato. 0 damage. Now if the showstopper gets an easy kill here, surely you check this right corner.
Here it
Or
is.
just send an elbow.
Showstopper. And there he goes, blows instantly down. Kingno's still a problem. Up close with the stinger, and Spike's been able to find Nags. It's down to Benji and MTA. Oh, Neon in the swing, had the weapon for it too.
Diffusing.
Benji can only tap and hope to take a fight outside the smoke, but look at King has gotten in there, and there's no time. Benji is out of time. Nice fast hit for Lev. Position under rafter, and even the showstopper can't put a damper on the round.
And Lev hit them with the triple teleport execute. Just every...
Waylay Yoru Omen,
all
yeah.
of them just teleport straight into the site.
And they actually have a dimensional drift now for a potential pit from Nagset down mid.
That's a crazy little Yoru play. That's what I'm saying. Neon has some tech with the Yoru. It's not just like straight raw aim, and he has really smart teleports on
Kinda
defense.
like
And there
Extra,
it was like,
right?
yeah,
Like,
just
reminds me of a bit of a specialist. They've got these tricks.
silly little, you know, I say silly in that it's funny, but it's good. Like good little flash over the top, and then the triple TP, Omen into heaven. They're everywhere, man. But
Infiltrator over to an op here.
as is Neon. In these situations, it has been Neon getting the best of Infiltrator, but it's mostly been with Neon on defense and Infiltrator walking into him. So.
Gunner's played really well off this heaven position though. Neon hasn't really been able to get in.
Yeah,
This round, no exception.
completely forced away. Now trying to find some kind of angle to post up on. Playing mid, grouped up with this other duelist, Sato.
And King's been playing this B side.
Yeah.
He knows that he and Benji are bogged. Like they are basically just there to provide the fulcrum.
Full 1-3-1. Lev just not committing to either side, keeping their options open.
They're gonna have to probably pressure this heaven spot. Get a smoke in there.
All right, King is going back with the group up towards mid now. Dimensional drift.
Okay.
Going to be sent into B heaven. This is a fake though. They're taking Spike towards A. Sato is in and then refracts. He says bye. And then Yoru gets out of there as well.
30 seconds
Trying to
left.
go through towards A, but they're not that fast. Crew are getting their players back sight. They're just now getting through heaven.
Lev can watch the cross though. I think that's the issue now for Crew. They're trying to get past over towards screens, but they're being seen from heaven, and Infiltrator could be in trouble. Decay down, caught by the seas. There's Gup though. Spike is down. Wayward spray from Sato. Then it gets very, very messy. Lev are down to 2.
Spike down.
And there's
A.
no chance to plant. That is Crew meeting Lev in the middle when it comes to pace. And they give them nothing in the early round.
Yeah, great response. They got players back sight. Infiltrator was on the cross. Lev had a pretty good fake going, but then maneuvering back through heaven were just slow to get into the site itself. The Crew were able to match and I think exceed the pace. They totally understood what the situation was.
the money is boomed. I think Neon actually has a bit of a savings to sort of leverage here, but outside of that, that's a tough round for Leviathan. And again, they play a pretty default, right? 1-2-1, get up mid, and then just somewhat arbitrarily decide a site to hit. But Crew were quick on those rotates back from the B side. Nagsed also was sitting on a pit, doesn't make use of it in that round, so we are going to see another round where, you know, someone like Neon is not going to have that dimensional drift anymore. It's going to be harder to clear. Neither Blows has a Nightfall either. This might be a chance to throw this down at mid and force Lev out to the extremities in that next gun round.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if we get out of this timeout another weird triple teleport kind of hit, a bunch of silly weapons, get shotguns and stingers in the mix type thing. Again, yep, there's your Bucky for Sato. Yep, there's your stinger. It's going to be one of those kind of rounds from Lev, and then on the subsequent one, they'll have the conversion paths. Maybe even try to sync that up with King's ult, like use the ult to spot someone out and then hit them with the paths when we get to the actual buy round. Some kind of combo like that, but this time it is straight up hit B on the eco round.
Nothing in mid this time.
Prowler from Crew defensively gets no info on A, so rotates should begin.
Flash, TP in, Benji forced out, can't escape this time! All right, rifle recovered for Sato. B site, essentially locked down. Got to be careful, of course, of paint shells over on the plant spot. I think that's something that Blows is a little scared of. NTA for now holds that in Arsenal. It's a pit to flood back into B.
At the same time, you have to keep your eyes on Sato, who could just rip the convergent paths at any given moment. And he's got the lineup for it for Spawn. That'll only hit Nags, though. It won't actually be that effective.
No way! Okay. Neon trying to get something done there. Here comes a convergent pass. Spike off a flank timing. Sees the barrel, the infiltrator. Crucial shot miss. He's going to try and take the shorty fight, and he wins it out. Now you've lost your heaven presence. Sato, though, onto the defuser. MTA was low, of course, having to fight through. Inside the pit, they are falling one by one, and Sato is getting his pick of the litter. He's got Blows as well to rely on here. Time not on Nagzet's side. Gives it a tap. Surely not! What was that from Nagzet, man? No time in the round, but geez. Keeps it tight. Sato knows he's done enough.
Sato just in the perfect position, actually harvesting the freest kills because they keep trying to defuse in the little section that's in the pit, so he knows exactly where they are.
You can tell as soon as they tap it, yeah. Nice start to this round, yeah. I mean, process of elimination is pretty easy there for Sato.
One enemy remaining.
This was a crazy play from Nags, but...
I concur. I couldn't agree more.
I'm with him.
That's a big round to win, though. Just as it feels like Crew are creeping back in. That's another Leviatán timeout round with another weird concoction. And Nagzet finally makes use of that Viper's Pit in order to get back into the site, but it's just a feature of the way that it's laid out that Sato has an easy time killing the diffuser.
Yeah. And it started with Benji trying to get out again like that previous round, except this one he actually is caught, sadly, so... Lev now. You have the Nightfall up. Got that in this last round, so they can keep the ultimates rolling.
What is the plan supposed to be? This would be the last timeout now. Benji, just a couple of these rounds where he's playing passively on that B side, and many of the rounds it's just been King doing the same thing inside B Garage. Neither of those controllers really looking to take a fight. But again, when you have rounds like that, when you get run up on by Sato, double dash and hit with the shotgun, it doesn't feel like there's much you can do as Astra. You try and get away, but you run into the wall.
All right, Crew fully invested into this round. Whole economy on the line, pushing out of A with a fast play. Spike again, just passive, just containing. Gets the information on all that aggression from Crew, which Lev should be able to take advantage of by just taking space elsewhere. That's what they want to do. They want to get to the heaven.
So quick reactions there. Realized that he didn't really have the line to win that fight out, and that's the Astra down. Benji pushed off B.
I think he actually just got killed on a jump spot.
Oh yeah, look how deep that kill is. He didn't leave the side at all.
Posted up. And
forgive me, Benji, not your fault. That is just Neon going deep for the frag. So that now draws Nagzed out of a position to play mid. Crew starting to converge there a little bit, and LEVIATÁN happy to keep them interested. Re-smoking that rope room. Gets chomped on. Sees in mid, MTK trying to play off, but does catch Neon flat-footed.
Yeah, that was some nice little timing, and look at the speed as well from Crew. They're trying to get over towards this A site. Heaven is now smoked off, but the duelists are getting in. Infiltrator's ready to fight, breaks that haunt straight away.
Got pinked out there, no, he's kind of there though. Infiltrator down, MTK around the corner here with a paranoia. That's not a good time for it, and gets pinched over an elbow.
Yeah, I love within that hit, King finally uses his ultimate to take a really deep space in the site. Yeah, no other option, and Gov gets the op, so have to take it into the next round. They invested everything they had right there. That was a good adjustment from Lev and good usage of King's ultimate teleport.
And so Crew have to bet their entire kickoff run on the save of these two rifles.
Screen down.
One last round to try and stop LEVIATÁN without, of course, access to a timeout. Now, it's a dimensional drift and likely a showstopper they're going to be able to use in that round. But it's not going to be comfortable. An op, at least, for Infiltrator. They got the pieces. They're scattered, though. They don't quite fit together. They haven't quite fit together over this defense side. It's now or never. Otherwise, their run in kickoff is done.
Match point.
They could have two duelist ultimates in this round.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's also just...
Killed on the jump
Neon is just getting into the coolest little positions, just subtle adjustments to where an Opera would typically be playing from in order to find these shots. Like just getting a little bit wider than you typically would be allows him to just see way much more of Benji's character model when he's just rounding the corner on the jump spot. It's so nice.
Unlike yours truly, he's never reusing his material. He's always pushing himself to have a different spot to start the round, and Infiltrator is gone, folks. That was the operator.
How many first kills are Sato and Neon finding in this series? It is pretty outrageous.
Here.
There's like so much that is rough about that. Dimensional drift now gone.
Yeah, it really looks like Lev are on the cusp here of getting their first series win, trying to go for this lower bracket run.
Now, Lev know they can really slow the game down. Look at these movements from Crew. They're starved of information, partially because of that poison orb being toggled in mid and nothing being shown at A. And so they've peeled Benji off of B. And that's pulled players out of mid, Nagzed namely, to try and cover.
Maybe if MTA can feel comfortable getting an orb, he can get that showstopper for the retake.
Back to mid we go. Now this could be anything really, but with where King is sat, you'd expect a B split. Let's see if that's where they land. The operator, of course, still at large. Governor was able to recover it. A Prowler's going to clear Nagzed away. That means Sato's not going to walk into someone holding a line again.
Oh my god, the clone just kicked his snake bite out the way.
That's crazy. It bounced off him. That couldn't have gone any worse. Here comes the split, but Governor's boots on the ground and finds a shot to slow Neon up. A little bit awkward range for the judge, though, and Blows is given a reprieve. He's going to be able to fight a little bit longer. Spike sees Benji come out of the smoke. That's the Astra gone. Spike is loose here, but Nagzed is about to be pinched, and he's not quite aware of it. Needs to find both, and he's got the space. On the line, Spike sees him through the box, and now no time for the plants. Nagzed has done enough to keep Crew in the game.
Just couldn't actually get to the spike. It's dropped on rafters. So MTA is just... He's just chilling over on A, honestly. He doesn't really have to do anything. He's just relaxing, making his way over there quite slowly. Crazy opener from Sato. That good little hold here from Nags, pushing in and then adjusting the positioning there.
Nice!
And that kill on King is
stays alive.
Massive.
He knows he has to.
Massive kill.
All right. Crew are still in this. Obviously still shaky economically because they've got no choice but to keep forcing. Lots of half armor though. Keep an eye for this judge. Oh, never mind. I was going to tell you to keep an eye for an Infiltrator, but again, the same things happen in this round.
Go get him. My ult's
TA sending out that boombot, able to get that orb, does have the showstopper now.
Guff doesn't have an off to pick off of Infiltrator's corpse anymore.
Yeah, this Infiltrator Dimensional Drift may never be used, sadly. May never be used.
MTA showstopper in the round, so for retake purposes, could come in clutch. Sato also close to convergent. Honestly, frankly, a lot of these key ultimates of Lev are trying to close the game in the next round. They're going to have a lot to do with it. Their money's by no means sterling either.
Sato, no orb for him. It was already taken by Crusoe. Not going to get that ult at the moment. Just patient from Lev right now. See, again, it's just Spike is so passive over on A, just trying to contain for any pushes. He's been quietly putting up some numbers on this map, too. 21 kills.
30 seconds left.
All right, once again up mid. Once again, thinking about a split, though. This time it might be towards A. That is the stronger side, though.
These clones, man.
Where are we going?
Yeah, Sato is deep into this B site. It's just Governor on the cross. 14 seconds. I mean, the Spike is just trying to be scurried over there out of heaven right now.
They're going to make it in time. Yeah, they're really leaving their options open to the very last moment. But Governor ended up giving up the site and now has to try and get back into heaven. This looks like it could be cooked, folks. MTA with a showstopper. That'll be nice, but he's going to be on his own. He might run into trouble beforehand. Spike puts in the bed.
Attackers win.
And so it is LEVIATÁN once again denying Crew ultimately the shot at an international showing. It's going to sting. It's an important location for many players across these two teams. The King and his band of merry Gen Alphas running around out there are still alive in kickoff.
And if there were to be a lower bracket run manifesting, this is the starting point for Lev. Now that they have Neon in the roster, they've been waiting for him to get there, and he did show out, especially on Bind, with some sick opping. So, hey, maybe after today, might be a Lev believer. There's got to be a few more of them out there, Mitch, surely.
Honestly,
after seeing what Neon can do.
Yeah, this team's looking really, really solid. Honestly, what we're seeing from LEVIATÁN coming out of the timeouts has been super compelling. Owners calling timeouts before these eco rounds, these like weaker buys, and they're still able to put together some really nice strategies with these hypermobile compositions that are frankly just catching Crew by surprise. I love the fast A take and then post up multiple players under rafters. That's such a good look.